you've been enjoying our road trip for the 2015 season, and guess what? We're on our way to someplace else. So where are we headed this time? Up into Isan. I've been trying to make a video every year, at least one city in Isan, of at least one city. So guess what's on the list this time? No, Khon Kaen. We're on our way to Khon Kaen. Now, Isan has 4 major cities, and Khon Kaen is the second largest of these cities. So we're headed there. It's a fairly big city from what people have told me. They're starting to build like tall buildings and stuff like that, which is sort of weird for me because there's not many cities in Thailand that have tall buildings except Bangkok and the condominiums in some place like Pattaya. So it's about 18 square miles, the city, and has about over 100,000 people as a population. So I'm really interested in taking a look at it. So why is it on my list? Well, I hear a number of people live there, plus because it's growing so much, I've always said that it's a balancing act to find places to live as a ripper. And what I mean by that is there's places in, there's a lot of places in Thailand that are remote that you could live and probably be really happy. That's if you don't need to, if you know the language well, you could do that. If you don't need any products or services, you can do that. If you're happy, like if you came from the southeastern United States, where a lot of people spend the time sitting on their porch, hanging out, some of these remote cities would be really great for you. But what I look for the average ripper, retiree in paradise, is finding places where they're going to be comfortable. And what I mean by that is being able to find comfort foods, maybe some foreign food, restaurants with foreign food or foreign food. Easy to get a computer repaired or finding computer parts, getting things answered where people are going to speak enough English to get by. Grocery stores. I'm always looking for grocery stores that would be easy to buy products that you'd like to have. Like I say, some kind of specialty products or something like that is always good. So this is what we look for. Now, Khon Kaen is a regional hub. It's, like I said, the second biggest city in Isan. And it's a financial center for government offices, and financial banking, stuff like that. The Isan region, it's a major hub. Also for agriculture as well. Silk industry, for instance. Other agricultural products. This is a hub for them as well. So it's definitely on the map, and it's been on my map. And if I'm not mistaken, I think when I went to Nong Khai, I actually stopped in Khon Kaen and to look at the movie theaters to see if they had English soundtracks on the movies at the movie theater. So we'll be doing that again to check out as well, because that's part of the infrastructure I look for the entertainment aspects, even though it's not as important as it used to be, because now you can get almost everything online, download movies and stuff like that. So it also has the largest university in Isan, so there'll be that creates, just like in Chiang Mai, we got a lot of universities, so it creates a lot of activity and cultural events and things like that that happen around the university, sporting events, all these kinds of things. So those are some of the things that I think are important, and why Khon Kaen is on my list of places to go to. Now, we're on our way from Buriram, but there's a road, a major highway that bisects Khon Kaen, and that is Highway 2. It's a major highway, so it's easy to get to if you're trying to drive. We'll talk about transportation, getting there, your different options and stuff like that. it's also, I'm trying to keep my eye on the road as well. We got cars and trucks passing in front of me here. So it's also a tropical climate. It's very hot in Isan. That's typical. It averages about 97, which is, let me think about this for a second, about 36, I think, Celsius. In April, that's about the average. But we're in May. It's May now, which is the start of the monsoon season, and in which will go on through October. And it's a little cooler during that time because of the rains and the cloud cover and things like that. But it's definitely hot. And the rains have started late this year. We're still waiting. There's a lot of drought areas in Thailand because the rains haven't started yet. But they're due. So anyway, that's what we're up to. Not much else going on. We're about another 2 hours out. So as soon as I hit the city, I'll be reporting back to you, and we'll start our little tour of Khon Kaen and see what it has for a ripper to hang out and spend the retirement there. So I got more to say. This is JC out. See you soon. Good morning from Khon Kaen. Well, it's morning and we're off to check out some things for you rippers. Now, when you first get into a town, what we're going to do is we're going to do what anybody else would do. First, we're going to find some breakfast, and we're also going to look for a motorcycle to rent. If you come into town, you're going to want to look for a motorcycle. And then I'll also talk about transportation getting here and all those kinds of things in just a few minutes. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about something. When you first come in to any town, especially after traveling, you're going to be a little disoriented. You might be tired, even if you traveled by bus or whatever. So one of the first things you're going to do is you're going to pack up all your stuff, and then you're going to want to go out and explore the neighborhood or get something to eat or rent a motorbike or something like that. The challenge is a lot of these sois, look at this. If you look around and look down here, there aren't all the landmarks, the buildings, everything sort of look the same. So you could get disoriented really quickly. And so what you need to do is when you check into your place, no matter where it is, grab a business card or ask for a receipt for your money that has the name of the place on it, the address, and a phone number. This way, if you go out and you sort of get disoriented or lost or whatever, you can always find your way home. It's like a breadcrumb to find your way back home. So always do that, no matter what. It's the first thing you do when you check in, you pay, reach over and grab a business card or have them write a receipt or give you a receipt that actually has the name and address. Then you can just hand it to a taxi and you're good to go. So we're going to wander down the road here and look for places to get something to eat and to rent a motorcycle so we can get around. You're probably saying, well, why aren't you in the Ripper Mobile? Because we actually stayed in a guest house last night. The reason was we've been out in the country of Isan, in the outback of Isan, where there was no electricity, running water or anything. So it's really nice to get into town and get some, hey buddy, you're looking a little beat there. You're looking a little rough. Hey, oh, his buddy came to protect him. I was doing a solar project out there. There were some people that had a house and with a family, and they had no running water, no electricity. So we put in some solar power for them so they can pump some water, have some lights at night and stuff like that. So anyway, we're in the city now. It's really great to have a guest house. We spent 350 baht for the night. It's got Wi-Fi, hot water, actually really nice. So anyway, we're good to go. We're in the city and we're off to find some, we're going to explore some things for you all. All right, see ya. So one of our first order of business is to find wheels. Now you might say, well, why don't you travel around in the Rippermobile? I don't ever use the van, the Rippermobile, in a city. It doesn't matter even if I live in the city. It's too hard to maneuver. It's dangerous because of people weaving in and out of traffic on motorbikes. It's almost impossible to find parking. So I always find a motorcycle to rent. Plus I want to show you all that you can rent these in the city. It's real important for somebody coming to visit a city to see if they're interested in living. I was able to find a motorcycle that's a little bit older model of a Honda Wave. It's a 110cc engine. I was able to get this without having to give up my passport as a deposit, which I'm not interested in doing. I think it's a dangerous practice. I don't think it's a good idea to ever give up your passport. So I was able to get this with 1,000 baht deposit and 250 baht a day. So we were good to go. I gave him a copy of my passport instead of handing over the passport. So handed over the copy of my passport, 1,000 baht deposit, and 250 baht a day, and we're good to go. Let's go find some other things for you now that we've got some wheels. So let's talk about getting to Khon Kaen. Khon Kaen is about 450 kilometers. So if you drive in a car, it's going to take you about 6 hours. So what are your other options if you don't have a car? Well, one of them is the train. You can take the train from Bangkok to Khon Kaen, and it's about a 9-hour trip. So if you're looking for one of the ways to get here to enjoy your time, the train is one option. So another option for you to get to Khon Kaen is the bus. The bus goes from everywhere to Khon Kaen. You can take it from Chiang Mai, you can take it from Bangkok, in Bangkok go to the Mo Chit bus station and take it from there. But yeah, the bus is going to take you about the same as the car, which is going to be about 6-7 hours, something like that. So there you go. Another option to get here is the bus station. Bus services around Thailand are incredible. They go everywhere. They're a lot safer than the minivans as well. So there you go. Another option to get to Khon Kaen. Okay, so we got another option for you. How about flying into Khon Kaen? You got 4 airlines that fly in here, so getting an airline is not a challenge. And because there's 4 airlines, you got a lot of choices of flight times as well. So this is a great option. It's quick. It only takes a very short time to get here from Bangkok. And you can fly for cheap too. Check the flights online and get a cheap flight from Bangkok or from Chiang Mai, anywhere. Phuket, a lot of places fly into here. So a lot of options for getting here to Khon Kaen. Like I said before, you got the train, you got the bus, you can drive, you can fly. So it's easy to get here. Not far away, even though you're out in Isaan. It's a hop, skip, and a jump. Okay, let's talk about once you get to Khon Kaen, how do you get around the city? This is a big city. It's not small. This is a big city. This is like bigger than Chiang Mai, I think. So anyway, how would you get around once you get here? Well, that's not a problem. You have a lot of choices to get around. The public transportation here is incredible. You've got tuk-tuks that you can get around, you can hire to take you around. And all you do is get in and negotiate before you get in how much it's going to cost to go someplace. You have a taxi meter. So you can get in, have them press a button, always make sure they press a button for the meter to get the meter started. Go around, this is air conditioned. This is a really good thing here. So you got meter taxis as well. Then also, if you look over here, you also have song towels, which are pickup trucks with a topper on the bed and 2 bench seats inside that you can get around as well. And if that's not enough for you, you also have Samla. And Samla is the old style transportation. What that is a 3-wheeled bicycle, a tricycle with a seat on the back and a guy that pedals. So there's no shortage of options of getting around town when you're in Khon Kaen. So hey gang, well, another thing I want to show you in Khon Kaen is Ban Lampu market. And so this is a big market. We passed by it a couple times, so I figured I'd stop and look in. I've never been here before. The first thing that caught my attention was a 30 baht fresh coffee at the coffee corner. So they have You know, the espresso machine, they grind their own beans, $1 for an iced mocha. That's really hard to beat. So let's see what else they have in this market. I see they got food products. So if you're cooking and you need some eggs or something like that, they have it. Clothing seems to be a big item here. Knickknacks, things for the house, jewelry. Everything seems to be here. So we're going to peruse around just for a short time and see what they have. So I got my coffee, so I'm armed. Let's see what they've got here. I see that way you can buy coconut. If I'm from the South, so you know, living in the Keys, Florida Keys and stuff like that, I'm familiar with this. But for people that come from other parts where there aren't coconut palms, I think this would be very interesting for you to see. If you're wondering how you grow a coconut palm, this is how you do it. You actually get the coconut, and if you wait long enough, you can actually see the coconut sprouts out of the husk, and you just plant this in the ground, and you have a coconut palm. Very cool, huh? So that's how you, and it's 70 baht if you want a coconut tree, your own coconut tree. So let's see what else they have here. Let's peruse around. It's durian season, so I'm going to try and find some inexpensive durian. Here's some chong, some elephant pants. These are becoming popular. You'll see Nat wearing some of these. Very nice. They're very light and airy and comfortable. So a lot of clothing items here. Fanny packs, belt packs, purses, clothes, shorts, masks you can wear for the hot smoky season. Dried squid, which is not my favorite smell in the world. Dried squid. The word for stinky is men. Mushrooms, look, we have straw mushrooms, all sorts of mushrooms being sold here. This is, you can get a lot of sales this way by sleeping in your stall. You get a lot of sales that way. You know, and that's one of the things here that's interesting. You could actually do that, and nobody even says anything about it. It's okay. Lychee. Now, lychee now, sometimes you go into a market and you're going to buy red fruit, and so they'll put a red umbrella over it so it appears more red. Actually, these aren't that red. It's the umbrella that makes them look red. They're not really ripe yet. I mean, they're okay, but lychee when they're in season, or lychee is, we call them in English, are really sweet and juicy when they're in season. They've just come into season now. So as you can see, she doesn't have a red umbrella over them. You can see they're still sort of greenish yellow. Now, we haven't eaten lunch yet, so we'll see what kind of food they have here in the market to eat. Gang som chame? No? Some lapara. Usually they cook this and they'll throw it in what's called gang som, which is like a soup. And this is like an omelet with these herbs in it. No. No, she says she eat it with the dip. Ani mu chamai? Mu. So this is guy, lap guy. So they've got some chopped up chicken. Arana? Kutin. Kutin. Khon Kaen Isaan, chamai. So this is a chicken dish with some turmeric and chili in it that they would serve over rice. A lot of the things in markets like this are open in the mornings, and they sort of get quiet in the afternoon because it gets hot in the markets. Here's some noodle soup. Noodle soup. So this is noodle soup, and they have chicken, which I always look for, because most of the time they'll have pork. So we might come back and get some noodle soup with chicken. Let's see what else they have here. And these stalls like this is a cheap way to eat really for a Category 1 ripper, is these kind of places that pre-make the food. They have carts that'll put these out in the evenings and stuff like that. And they pre-make this at home and bring it, which you couldn't do back in the States, transport food like that. And then they dish it out and you get your bag of rice. She'll put it in a bag like you see her dishing out now. Put them in bags and you take them home and pull out your plates and eat them. A cheap way to eat. And they're usually very traditional Thai meals. Thai dishes. This is fermented rice noodles, Khenam. I actually use these for spaghetti, to put spaghetti sauces over there made with rice instead of wheat. Very good. Now, the Thais will use that with coconut sauces and stuff. Khenam. And so they actually have a coconut sauce that is really good with fish ground up in it. Now this is stinky stuff. This is what we call para. And this is fermented fish and fermented crabs they use in somtam. And this is when I say order somtam Thai instead of somtam Lao style, because they'll put this fermented fish and fermented crab, and you can see it's not refrigerated or anything, it's fermented. And I think it's suspect to more bacteria, the chance of getting sick easier. So I ordered somtam Thai style, which doesn't have the fermented fish or the fermented crab in it. Something I recommend other people to do. Now, if you don't know where they get shredded coconut milk from, I can show you. They actually put coconut, they strip the husks off the coconut, and they throw coconut in here, shred it, and they also make coconut milk that way, and press the milk out. So she has the coconut here, you can see in the bucket, the coconut, and then they'll put it in and they'll shred it and take the coconut milk out, and she'll bag it up and sell it, and this is the remnants here. After the shredder takes the milk out of it, the moisture, all there is like a coconut powder almost. And then they sell fresh coconut milk, which is delicious. Now, if you get it fresh as opposed to in the little containers in the store, it doesn't last long. So don't think that you can put it even in the refrigerator. It won't last long. So like one day and it starts to go bad, where the stuff in the container, it's ultra high purified, ultra high temperatures or something, it lasts like a week. But that will only last a day or so. Mussels, 60 baht a kilo. Mussels are always fairly cheap in Thailand. Meatballs, if you want to make your own meatball soups. Now this lady is blind. These blind people will actually walk around with little music boxes and sing. And they sing for donations. So if you have some money, you can throw it in. Mushrooms, squid, squid 160 baht a kilo, shrimp 300 and 320 baht a kilo. There she is cleaning some fish, scaling them. So fresh fish comes into these markets every day. You can see they're still breathing. Fresh, so people worry about the fish and stuff, and the seafood don't. It comes in every day, fresh. What else do we have here? Let's see, this is a giant market. There's chicken for sale here in the market. Let's go this way. Down here, see what they have. It's asparagus season, so we have asparagus stocks. And a nice Thai dish, a tasty one that I like, is asparagus and shrimp cooked up with oyster sauce. And for you all that don't know, asparagus is no mai farang. No mai farang, goon. Goon is shrimp, no mai farang is asparagus. So we have sort of kale, scallions, Chinese celery. It's hard to find the celery that you're used to in the West. It's more expensive, but Chinese celery tastes almost the same, and it's very cheap. Oh, the price of Manao is long na. Raka long na. It's come down for about a month. The price of Manaus, which I call they're the same as key limes, which is a combination of lime and lemon, was real expensive, like 6 baht a piece, and you can see they're like song baht, chamai, 2 baht a piece now, which has come down a lot. And here's some for 1 baht a piece, which are a little bit smaller. So yeah, that's a good thing, because fresh Manao and salads and everything is really, really good. You can make a good key lime pie with them too. Key lime pie aroy mai? Aroy, she says, yeah. The hard part's finding the crust for key lime pie. But yeah, those make great key lime pies. What else here? We got some seafood over here. Fish. Well, you can see this market is really extensive. You got clothing, you got herbs, you got food, fresh food, cooked food. Seafood, shrimp. Here's if I like to make a stir-fried mixed vegetables, I buy these in the pack already, because to get all this mixture, each one of these individually and cut them up and everything would be real expensive and probably a lot of waste. So you can get a whole pack for 20 baht. It's got baby corn, squash, broccoli, cauliflower, mushrooms, everything in there for 20 baht. So it's great if you want to stir-fry your own stir-fried mixed vegetable. It's a great way, efficient way to do it. So there you go. I don't know what else to show you in here, except me eating something because I'm hungry. More asparagus, broccoli, cauliflower. The broccoli and cauliflower looks really good. The mushrooms that most people eat here, these kind of mushrooms, and Thai people actually eat them before they sprout. They eat them while they're still one pod. Once they start to open and you actually see a mushroom, they don't really want them anymore. This one's just popping open, you can see. Popping open and the mushroom's going to come out of it. And they don't really eat them that way. They eat them like this, cut them up before they actually sprout into what you consider looking like a real mushroom, the head of the mushroom. And those are real cheap as well. Whoop. Okay, let's see. Anything else? We're going to hit the road here in a second. One of the exits outside the market. But here we got shrimp, 200 baht, 180. Now some are farm and some are sea shrimp. So we got farm and sea shrimp. From 180 baht all the way up to 280 baht, depending on how large you want them. Squid, crabs. Here's crab claws. You can just buy the claws if you wanted to steam them up and eat the meat inside blue crab. There you go. You want a turtle? Now, these that you see like this, you're thinking, oh, are they going to eat them? Really, what they do with these is, any guinea man? No, they don't eat these. What these are for, the eels and the turtles, are these squid and the eels and turtles, and here's a whole thing of eels over here you can see. Okay, the eels. And then we got the turtles. And these, what you do is you buy them, you take them to the temples, and you give them away. You put them back in the water and release them. Of course, somebody catches and brings it back to the market, but it brings you good luck. As opposed to the frogs, which you will eat. In fact, there's some that didn't make it out of the market. So if you're into eating frogs and frog legs, hey, you're in. So there you go. A little peruse through the market. Any talachurai? Ban Lampu. There you go. So, hope it's been helpful and entertaining. And it gives you an idea. This is typical of all Thai markets, so it gives you an idea, but also it shows you the prices and stuff as well. So good. Hope that's been helpful. We're going to go get something to eat and show you some more videos. So when it comes to shopping in Thailand, there's a lot of places to go. There's always an option. See ya.